Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Judith. Today we're going to do something that most Westerners aren't really used to. I'm going to make ground pork with bitter melon. So it is a stir fry. But the star of this dish is not the pork or the garlic. It is the bitter melon. And believe me, it earns its name. But it's not that scary. So in the dish, once we're done with it, there will be garlic, pork, soy sauce, fish sauce, oyster sauce, some black pepper. The first thing we have to do is sort out the bitter melon, because you do have to treat it properly before you can eat it. It really, have you ever cut the end off a garden cucumber and tried to eat it? That's bitter. This is worse. I'm not going to use this whole one. I tried to find a small one, but unfortunately there weren't any small ones available. So I'm going to use just about a little more than half of it. Now, so what you do is you definitely cut the end off, or both ends if you're using the whole one. Cut it in half. And then we need a spoon, because we are going to scrape all that white pith and the seeds out. Now, get rid of that. Let's just push that aside. We are going to chop our bitter melon into about 1/4 inch thick slices. There we go. Now once that is done, you're going to do what people often do with eggplant. We're going to salt it. And you don't need a whole lot. For that amount of bitter melon, a teaspoon or two is plenty. And we're going to let it sit for 20 minutes. And then we will rinse it off. Once you have your wok hot, we're going to put in a couple of tablespoons of oil. Whatever oil you prefer. I use avocado oil, but you can use any vegetable oil or peanut oil. I have 3 cloves of garlic chopped up. There. Just give that a minute, not too long because you don't want them to burn. And then we're going to add our ground pork. And I have 235 grams. A little more, a little less, whatever. What you have is what you use. So you're just going to let that brown, and we'll be right back. Browning your pork should only take a few minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes, shouldn't take very long. Then we're going to push it all to the side. Actually, I'm going to put it this way, because my stove leans the other way, so any liquid's going to run to the back. Now we have our bitter melon, which we've rinsed the salt off of and let it drain a little bit in a strainer. I'm going to add that in, and about 1/4 cup of water. Put a lid on and give that a couple of minutes to cook. Your bitter melon has had a few minutes to cook. We're going to start adding our seasonings. I want 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, and I'm using light soy sauce. Fish sauce. 2 teaspoons fish sauce. And I think I'm going to stick with 1 teaspoon. Okay, then we're going to give it a good stir around. And let the liquid boil away a bit. There we have pork and bitter melon stir fry. Don't let the name scare you. It is extremely healthy, but you do have to treat it right, or it is pretty much inedible. North Americans are kind of scared of bitter, but it isn't actually that bitter once you've salted it and strained it and drained it. It's no worse than dealing with an eggplant. And then stir fry it with some lovely flavorings, and it is fabulous. I have a piece here. You still get that little bitter flavor on your tongue, but it's not horrible. It's not terribly strong. And I did just eat a piece of bitter melon with nothing else. So when it's mixed with the rice and the pork, it is actually quite lovely. And like I say, it's very healthy. It's good for your blood pressure. It's good for your blood sugar. It's good for lots of stuff. Look it up. Convince yourself to try it. Thank you so much for watching. Please drop a like, make a comment, let me know what you would like to see me cook. I'll see you again soon.